and welcome to the final week of our Gentle Mirror shadow work. And today we want to talk a little bit about the sacred balance of light and shadow. So let's take a deep breath. Take a slow breath, letting the air move through your heart. You can put your hands on your heart and your womb as we do every day. And you can affirm, I honor both my light and my shadow as sacred parts of me. I honor both my light and my shadow as sacred parts of me. I honor both my light and my shadow as sacred parts of me. And a cleansing breath. Now, just as we honor the light within ourself, we have to know that light without shadow is incomplete. The idea of doing shadow work is not to eliminate the shadow, but to understand and comprehend what is in our shadow, why it's in our shadow, what we may want to bring out in our conscious uh, work every day, but it's not to drag every part of our shadow screaming up into the light. It's more about learning to see in the dark. The shadow gives the light meaning, depth, and texture. And the light does the same for the shadow. I think sometimes we get so wrapped up in the light aspect of ourselves that we forget that the shadow should be honored also. We forget that the shadow is just as important as the light. Each performs a different function for us, and that we need to learn how to see in that darkness that is the majority of our consciousness, right? The majority of our consciousness is submerged. So it's not about preferring one over the other. It's about learning how to deal with each. Okay. And we're not looking for that um, still point where everything is balanced, right? I really prefer to talk about being in harmony or equilibrium with ourselves, meaning there's a certain range in which everything makes sense for us and that everything works as it should for us in our own consciousness and in our own lives. It's not a scale that you have to have 50% of one and 50% of the other, or it doesn't work. It really is about finding where that harmony point is and living through there. Okay. Balance is not found also in perfection. Okay. That's what we're talking about. That 50-50. We know that perfection is an illusion. So that if we seek out that perfection, we are always going to be disappointed. What we really want to have is presence in our own lives. Okay, so let's stand in front of the mirror. With my mirror, I took one out. Don't pretend my phone is my. Oh, here it goes. Stand in front of me, and this is what we call it the gentle mirror. We're not trying to shove things in our face, but to look at them with kindness for ourselves. And you can look in your mirror and ask, what part of myself have I been trying to hide, even from my own spiritual practices? What is the part of me that feels light and inauthentic, that is just skimming the surface of that shadow self? Because it's true, we want to be able to go deep into our shadows in order to really understand ourselves and to be able to uh, take back parts of ourselves that do need to be in the light, that do want to be in the light, and to also appreciate those parts of ourselves that are mostly our creativity and our passion. We want to be able to delve deep into our shadow to find them when we need them and when we want to call on them. Okay. So as you hold your mirror, you can also say, oh, I gotta get back. I am both shadow and light, and I am beautiful as I am. I am both shadow and light, and I am beautiful as I am. I am both shadow and light, and I am beautiful as I am. And my final blessing to you for today is that may you live in harmony with all your layers, radiating truth from every facet of your being. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.